Hi friends, today I am giving a lecture on write a Python program for checking whether the given number is prime number or not. So before going to this program, first of all, what is prime number? So prime number is nothing but a number that has the only divisors 1 and the same number. For example, 7 is the prime number. Okay, what are the divisors of 7? Only 1 and 7. Okay, I am taking another number 5. What are the divisors of 5? 1 and 5. Okay, any number that has the divisors 1 and the same number, that type of number is called as prime number. Okay, now we go for how to write the Python program for checking whether the given number is prime number or not. So I am taking variable n is equal to int of input of enter the given number. Enter the given number. Next, I am taking another variable count. Count is equal to 0. Next, I am taking for loop for I in range 2 comma n. Here I is a loop variable starting from 2 and ending with n. After that, for loop we have to write colon. Colon is compulsory. Next, I am taking one tab space. If n modulus operator I is equal to 0, put the colon again. Next, I am taking one tab space. Count is equal to count plus 1. Next, break. Okay, these two statements are inside the if block. Okay, so these two statements are belongs to if block. Okay, next, and these three statements belongs to for loop. Okay, in the for loop body these three statements are there. Okay, now this statement belongs to outside the for loop. If count is equal to 0, put the colon again, one tab space I am taking. Print the given number is prime number. The given number is prime number. Okay, else again colon, again I am taking one tab space. Print the given number is not prime number. Okay, so this is the prime number program, whether the given number is prime or not. Okay, so here what is the syntax of for loop? Here I am using a syntax for what is the for loop syntax. So for loop syntax is for here loop variable I in range. Okay, so this is the starting number. Starting number means loop variable starting number comma ending number. the colon. Okay, put the colon, and this is the body of the for loop. Body of the loop. So this is the syntax of for loop. This is the loop variable. Loop variable range is starting number comma ending number, and after that put the colon. Next, this is the body of the loop. Okay. So now I am explaining the logic. Okay. So first, this is the syntax of for loop. Okay. Now we go for logic. Enter the given number. Enter the given number. So I am taking 4 for example. Enter the given number, that is 4. So this 4 can be read from the keyboard by using the input function. Okay. So now the input function can take this number 4 and return as a string. Okay. So this string input can be passed to int of 4. This is a typecasting int of 4 can return the integer 4. Okay. The input function can read the input that is given by the user, so that returns as string. Okay. This string input can be passed to the typecasting int function. It returns the integer value 4. This integer value can be assigned to the variable n. After that, the integer 4 can be assigned to the variable n. Next, count is equal to 0. So count is equal to 0. Next, for I in range 2 comma n. So here I in range 2 comma n value means n value is 4. 2 comma 4. Okay. Next 2 comma 4 is nothing but 2 less than 4. Condition is true. Condition is true. Then go to the inside of the for loop. In that inside of the for loop, if n value is 4 modulus operator, I value is 2. N value is 4, I value is 2. 4 modulus operator 2 is equal to 0. So this is true, because so 4 is divided by 2, 2 2s 4, remainder value 0. This remainder value is 0. So 4 modulus operator 2 is equal to true. 0, that is true. Then if the condition is true, then go to the inside of the if block. So if block count is equal to count plus 1. Okay. Initially what is the count value? Count value 0. So 0 plus 1, that is equal to 1. Okay. Count value is incremented. Now break. So what is the purpose of the break statement? The break statement is used to exit from the given for loop. Here this is the for loop. Okay, suppose we want to exit from the for loop, we have to use the break statement. Okay, so break statement is executed. Because of break statement, okay, the control can be transferred from this place to outside of the for loop. Outside of the for loop means for loop range is this one. So then the control goes to the next statement after the for loop. Okay. So here after the for loop, what is the statement? If count is equal to 0. Okay. Count value is 0? No. Count value here 1. 1 is equal to 0. That is false. Okay. So then this condition is false. Then go to the else block. In the else block, what is the statement is there? The given number is not prime number. So the given number is not prime. So given number is 4. 4 is not a prime number. Okay. So now what is the output? What is the output of the program? So enter the given number. Enter the given number. So that is 4. Okay. So answer is the given number is not a prime number. The given number is not a prime number. In the Python program, indent is compulsory. Indent is nothing but so the space. Okay. So because of this indent, this statement belongs to the if block. Because of this indent, this statement belongs to else block. Because of this indent, these two statements belongs to if block. Because of this indent, these three statements belongs to for loop. Okay. So enter the given number 4. The given number is not a prime number. Okay. Now I am checking another output. Next time I am giving the prime number. Okay. Enter the given number is 5. Okay. Next output, enter the given number, that is 5. This 5 can be taken as input of 5. This input function can read the input that is given by the user or a programmer. So this input function returns the string value of 5. This string value can be passed to the typecasting int function. Now int of string 5 can be written as 5, integer 5. This 5 can be assigned to the variable n. Now n is equal to 5. Okay. Next, count is equal to 0. Initially count value is equal to 0. Next, go to the for loop. For I in range. What is the I range? I starting from 2 and ending with 5. N value is 5. So that is colon. Okay. Now I value is, first step, I value is equal to 2, comma, 2 less than 5. 2 less than 5 is, condition is true. 2 less than 5, condition is true. Then if the condition is true, then go to the body of the for loop. In the for loop, if n modulus operator I, n value is 5, 5 modulus operator 2, okay, is equal to 0. That means 5 can be divided with 2, then remainder is equal to 0. I am checking 5 can be divided with 2, 2 2s 4, remainder value is 1. Okay, so here I am getting remainder value 1, 1 equal to 0. Okay, 1 equal to this one is nothing but here. Okay, 1 equal to 0, that is false. Okay, so if the condition is false, again the control goes to the for loop. If the condition is true, the control goes to the statements within the if block. Okay, here the condition is false, again the control goes to the for loop. Now I value is incremented. So now I value is equal to 3. So now 3 less than 5. Okay, so after incrementing I value previously 2, 2 is incremented as 3, 3 less than 5. That is condition true. Okay, if the condition is true, the control goes to the body of the for loop. In the body of the for loop, if n modulus operator I, 5 modulus operator 3 is equal to 0. So now 5 can be divided with 3, 3 1, 3, remainder is 2. What we are getting? 2 is equal to 0. 2 is the remainder. So this remainder value I am writing. Okay. So 2 equal to 0, that is false. Okay. If the condition is false at the if, okay, again the control goes to the for loop. and I value is incremented. Now I is equal to 4. Okay, previously I is equal to 3, it is incremented, I is equal to 4. 4 less than 5. Condition true. If the condition is true, the control goes to the body of the for loop. Body of the for loop, if 5, n is 5, I is 4, 5 modulus operator is equal to 0. This operator returns the remainder value. So 5 is divided with 4, 4 ones, 4, remainder value 1. So what is remainder value we are getting? 1, 1 equal to 0, that is false. Okay, so now if this condition is false, again control goes to the for loop. So I is incremented. Now I value is 5, 5 less than 5. So this is false. 5 less than 5. This is false. Whenever this condition is false at the for loop, again the control goes to the next statement after the for loop. For loop starting from this one to this one. So if the condition is false at the for loop, the control goes to the next statement after the for loop. After the for loop, what is the statement is that if count is equal to 0. Okay, so here count is equal to 0 because count is equal to 0 in this iterations count value is not incremented. Okay, so count is equal to 0. Yes, count value 0, 0 equal to 0, condition true. So if the condition is true, the statements within the if block is executed. So now after that count is equal to 0. So this is true. Okay, so if it is true, the statement the given number is a prime number. Okay, so this is output. Output is enter the given number. Enter the given number. That is 5. So therefore the given number is a prime number. The given number is a prime number. Okay, so this is the prime number program. Count is equal to true, condition true. If the condition is true, the statements within the if block, that is the given number is a prime number. Here the given number is a prime number. Okay, so this is the program. In this way, this is the explanation of logic. One output is the given number is not a prime number. Another output is the given number is a prime number. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share this video to your friends and classmates. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel name Dibbela Srinivasa Rao. Thank you.